This is good shit, isn't it? I have terrible balance, in case you didn't already know, so that's what this is all about. Today, or this evening, we're going to be making some almond shortbread cookies. It is the day before Yom Kippur. I want something sweet. We are not going to be eating in 2 days. It's time for, to start thinking about what we want for our caloric beat 'em down. What do you think, Alana?
I think Yom Kippur is about forgiveness, and that includes yourself.
That's a very salient point. I love you. I've got out some of the ingredients. The honey is not actually part of it. The honey is left over because we're making challah also tonight. It's not nearly as interesting, but the butter is what's really interesting.
What makes butter interesting?
Cows are interesting. They're a huge environmental disaster. That's certainly interesting. I get you vegans, but also it's going to be a hard sell getting me to give up all this good stuff.
Coming up on the next episode, cows, an environmental disaster. The new 2020.
I mean, really. It's a Dateline NBC. It's not good enough for 2020. It's 3 cups of sugar, 1 stick of unsalted butter, starting off here. Because my brain, it goes from point A to point B, to B1, B2, B3, to C, back to A1 to B2 again.
I'm at point X. I got lost.
It's a good place to be, point X.
We're gonna need a bigger bowl.
Fair point. Oh,
don't show anybody that.
Oh, it's completely the tenor that I'm going for. Why we think? Why bake it otherwise?
Why bake it if you can't scrape stuff off the counter for it?
If that's the worst thing about me, then so be it.
Woo! Spring break!
So, if you can tilt in, see here in the bowl, I've got an egg.
Oh, that's what that is.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy, right? It isn't just, I don't know what else could it be. A drop of almond extract going in there. That's a drop, right? You think more than a drop?
I come from a foreign planet. I don't know these words you speak of. Eggs.
It's just very
drops.
Specific, amounts that I work with. I'm not that kind of baker. Tom Baker. Vin Baker. I liked him. I like the Milwaukee Bucks. Because my normal basketball team is crap.
Tell the folks at home, what's your normal basketball team?
The Knicks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Insert bad radio shock jock sound.
Oh my god, did you see the news about James Dolan today? He paid like $20,000 to some random political opponent's campaign from Long Island because the Long Islanders said that Dolan should sell the Knicks. So he paid money to the opponent in a political campaign after saying that he should stay out of political conversations. God love him. Or if I was back south, it would be a very bless your heart kind of situation. Alright, so this egg and onion, it's my mom's, that's one of my mom's best dishes. This is egg and almond.
Yeah.
Egg and onion in a shortbread would be something. That'd be a mood.
Hey, I'm just producing here. I wasn't trying to get in your way.
Thank you, dear. Yeah. Let me stumble over myself. Trip on my own dick, as it were.
Trippy dick, Raphael.
That's my name. Don't wear it out. It's mixed. It's whatever. A little bit more sugar because I'm noticing how much we lost in the fire.
It was a terrible event for all concerned.
God. Can't start now. All right. Add the flour and the ground almonds.
What you're saying is we didn't start the fire?
Again, we're we're going into copyright infringement. First episode.
Of what? I'm just making a statement about a conflagration event.
Fair. You sneaky sis.
Fair like the use?
I think that's about right.
Hey. I learn a thing.
3/4 of a cup of regular flour. I'm gonna add another half a cup to this, so 1 1/4 cups.
Regular flour, so like good old American flour.
Let's see, 3/4 of a cup of this almond flour. It says ground almonds, but I'm like, oh, my flour is ground almonds. That'll be fine. Alright.
You're not particularly generous with your cups of when you fill the measuring cups.
That was 1 cup though.
Oh.
I needed 3/4 of a cup.
Okay. Cool.
Because I assumed that it was 3/4 of a cup. You know, I figured it would be close enough is good enough, right?
Close enough is good enough.
This is horseshoes, right? Oh, and the ingredient that I'm going with here. Can you smell this? This is... What is that? Do you know what that is?
Well, you're holding the label forward so I can read it says cardamom.
Scenes.
Scenes from a kitchen. I think when you're creaming stuff, you should just play,
Cream by Wu-Tang Clan.
That wasn't where I was going, but that's also an excellent idea. Or Lil Mix. What is your kneading, your approach?
Hit the crap out of it. I mean, it was basically like what you were doing with the challah, more or less.
Oh, that was kneading?
I mean, it was a pretty good knead, I gotta admit.
Yeah.
You like batter. You want to try this out?
Yeah!
What you think?
Good stuff. Got a lot of cardamom on it.
No.
Got a little spice.
Swash. I quite like it.
Good stuff.
Mr. DeMille, am I ready for my close-up? Mr. DeMille, am I ready for my close-up?
How close?
You should be able to see my retinas and discover that I have astigmatism.
Oh, God!
Any optometrists, be on the lookout. So, it should be in a ball. It now is in a ball. This has got to go in the fridge, I think, for an hour. Anything else? Yeah, kneading it. No, not super hard. Like, you don't want a tough shortbread, I don't think.
Well, what if it's on the mean streets?
The mean streets of Glasgow?
Then wouldn't you want your shortbread to be tough?
I mean, yes. But, you know, we're in DC at the moment, and, you know, we're here for delicacy, apparently.
Ew. Since when?
Good point. What would I add to make it, like, super tough? Like, punch it a bunch of times?
Just a lot of childhood trauma.
I mean, that would do it, too.
An absent father.
Like, I mean, to be fair, though, we all have our traumas.
True dat.
Like, nobody escapes without trauma. It's just how you deal with it. Alright, this is looking pretty good. It tastes good. And now, we can... Skills to pay the bills.
Kobe! Or not.
So, the shortbread has been in the fridge for about an hour. I'm going to get that out. I've actually reshaped it into a log. While...
A Jew-log.
A Jew-log, yeah. It's incredibly phallic. You know, it's very important to keep things on brand. Because, you know, we have a brand.
Phallic is our brand?
Phallic is definitely our brand. This dough is quite buttery. I'm quite happy with it. It smells like cardamom and almond. You want to smell it?
More like Cardi Yum.
Oh.
We practiced that.
Yeah. Alright, so it's supposed to be like 1/4 inch slices, and I'm going to put them on this here baking pan. And for this one, I'm just gonna. What do you think? 2 to a row? 3 to a row?
2 by 2.
I'm just gonna leave everything in. They said to take out 2 baking pans, and I didn't believe them. I guess I'm a believer now.
So then what you're saying is you saw the space, and now you're a believer.
You know, you gotta work the space. That is the one thing that I've learned from playing lots and lots of Football Manager. Work the space.
Also from your modeling career.
Yes, nude modeling. I went to hippie college. That's what we did. Gotta earn money somehow. It was for ceramics. It was wild.
Did you get to keep any of the artwork dedicated to you?
Yeah, ashtrays. So ultimately, some of these are definitely burnt, but they came out okay. So we're in good stead at the moment. Yeah, like they smell awesome. I think that's the most important thing right now. Okay, so these are my final thoughts. I wouldn't use the almond flour again because it made it really chewy instead of a short texture. And the aluminum foil was a mistake because it retained the heat and it made it all really dark on the bottom.
Racist.
You know, it's a delicious cookie. So, you know, make of that what you will. That's basically it. Lana, anything else you want to say about these?
Well, not about those, but I think your viewers will want to know why the costume change.
Oh, well, because it's late at night. Like, I'm getting ready for bed soon. I think that's important. Good addition. I wasn't thinking about it. Because it's late at night and I'm tired. It's like, what, 10:45? I get sleepy really easily.
We film you doing that too, right?
Sleeping? Mm-hmm. That's not my domain. That's your domain, apparently.
If the artistry calls for it.
Mm-hmm. You know, 365 days, a motif of Tali sleeping. It's going to be a lot of me in positions like with my leg above my head. So, I bid you good evening. Let the chips fall where they may, and may they be tasty chips. Have a good night.